Am I on time? Yes. 3 minutes late. Nearly made it on time, but just not quite. Although on time, as it turns out, is, 6, 7, 8, 2 hours early. So hello and welcome one, welcome all. And an alarming bit of information and news at the start of Katie's Arms, which is this. For the second week in a row, we are at the pub together. We're at the Katie's Arms, our online pub, our refuge. Hello to the States. Hello, everybody. I'm showing off my armpits because I shaved them today in the shower. So I'm quite proud of that. Thank you very much. Hello from Kettering. Yes, I am on water and not out of choice or because I'm like, we discussed already last week, do you remember? I don't do dry January. I don't believe in dry January, and I don't want to talk to anybody about the fact they're doing dry January, right? Because I couldn't care less, and I don't need to know about how much more kind of tenacity you have when it comes to alcohol than me. And I don't need you to make me feel bad. So it's nothing to do with that. It's just that it's the middle of the day and I've got to be on stage in a bit, and I could do without being pissed because it's a kind of Christian-based event. And also I need to be able to speak. Hello, Leicester. Hello, Georgia. Yes. I know I'm early. And the reason is I'm in Nashville and I am speaking today at a massive indoor tented, it's supposed to be a church, but it's really a gathering of our side. 4,000. No, I haven't stopped drinking. Oh, God. I hate water as well. I hate it. I hate people that drink water. I hate people that look like they enjoy water. I mostly hate those women that carry around those friggin', like they have, what are they called? The High Sweden is here. People that carry around those big containers of water, like they're going on some vast camping exercise. And all they're really doing is either going to the gym or like walking around the town or going to the Olive Garden or something. And they've got these freaking great big jerry cans. They're carrying around literally jerry cans of water just to prove the point that they're more hydrated than anyone else. Ugh. Cannot bear those women. They always have dreadful lycra on as well. Southport is here. What a relief. Drink lager, exactly. And in restaurants in America, they always give you water. And they're always like, would you like water? Which is like really sweet and everything. And I'm like, oh God. Yeah, I mean, yes, I have to. But actually, I hate the bloody stuff. So 4,500 people gathered in a tent just outside of Nashville. I mean, it's not a tent, like a homeless person's tent, for 2 people. It's a bloody great marquee. And I will be there. I'm on stage just after Eric Trump. So there's me, there's General Flynn, there's Roger Stone, there's the network will be there, and 4,500 people there just to be reminded that we are stronger together. So that's what I'm doing today, and that's why the Katie's Arms is early. And I go, my message kind of is, not only is America great, and freedom-loving Americans and Second Amendment Americans are fantastic, but I also bring a message from, I don't know what this is. This is me bringing a message. I also bring a message which is to remind them that 20 million or so great British people, your skin looks like you drink a lot of water. No, it's pure wine. You too, actually it's the lighting. Honestly, if you catch me in bad lighting, it's a horror show. Look, there's sunspots, wrinkles. There's a mole here that has a hair that grows out of it. It's all it's not, look at my like if I catch myself with the phone that way, sometimes I'm like, who the fuck is that? And it's me. It's really, really bad. I sent a picture of it to my husband the other day. I was like, this is me. And it was like, my face recognition on my phone the other day didn't recognise me. I looked that rough that my phone said Face ID not recognised. And I was like this, right? Is that it? So what if I pull like this? Face not recognised. How rude. Some of you know this, but an Uber came to pick me up not so long ago and shouted out the window at me, and I would look rough as hell. And I had drunk way too much wine for a very long time. I think the night prior, I was not a well woman in the sense that I'd self-inflicted myself into a state of haggardness that was something else. And the Uber driver looked out and went, Steve, for fuck's sake. I know I look rough, but I'm not called Steve. Anyway, so I'll be speaking later, and the point I was trying to make before I got distracted is that I get on that stage and I remind them that 20 million or so great British people are cheering Americans along. And though that you can't hear us, and though you can't see, oh, hi from Ottery. Oh, one of my own. I see I was going to rub my boobs then, but I'm trying not to because of issues we have with YouTube. I'll explain. I remind them that British people are cheering them on, and that although there are arseholes in the UK, like, what are we, 80 million probably 90 million by the time you've got all the fuckers who didn't deserve to be in the UK, 20 million, let's say, decent British people are cheering them on. And we are their family as well, and we are right there with them in the tent. So please know, I just heard noises. I think the neighbour is not necessarily enjoying my chat. Come to Ontario. I've not been banned from Canada yet, so I should definitely do that. I was going to come when you had the Freedom Truckers there, because I just wanted to be on the bonnet or the trunk or the hood of their trucks, because I found them very exciting. Lots and lots to tell you. So trying to read your comments as well. DeSantis, things to say about him. He is shorter than you think, but not too short. But he does lack a bit of personality. But, if he had a good running mate with personality, imagine that, DeSantis Hopkins ticket. Woohoo! So let me tell you some news. Number one is that last week, and bear in mind I was drinking water, last week YouTube classified the Katie's Arms as porn. And they restricted it by age because of sexual content and nudity. So last week's Katie's Arms was too sexually explicit, and there was too much nudity for it to be allowed to be on YouTube. And if I could just mention, I was wearing a t-shirt and I was drinking water, and the only thing that was naked was my face. And that, my darlings, is too sexually explicit for YouTube. And I appealed, because there's a button you can press. I don't know, I couldn't give a monkey's arse, actually, because it's some small juvenile sat in an office. No, not even sat in an office, sat in their home in some sort of horrible loungewear, probably haven't had a shower for 3 days, playing with their own genitals, deciding that I'm going to be banned. And the fact that some 20-year-old twerp is deciding that, frankly, YouTube can do one. But anyway, that's what they decided it was. So the plan is to go and get an OnlyFans platform. And then I don't know even how it works, but if you guys want to throw a quid in or whatever, we'll put it on there as well, because clearly this is porn. And clearly what we're doing here at the pub is so sexually aggressive that YouTube just can't handle it. It's too much for them. And I think the messaging overall is I'm just really, really, really hot. Like, Scotchaw. And in the same week as YouTube decided that my face in a t-shirt was Scotchaw, the Daily Mail ran an article comparing me to Angelina Jolie and then a bunch of other famous people, and I'm not anyway, to show that, look, this is what the haggard old one looks like. Look how good this other one looks like. Rude. Daily Mail, that's my old employer, the Daily Mail. Okay, those are the two things I needed to tell you about. There's some other great news as well. Let me, someone bought a badge. Thank you. I think somehow that maybe gives me like $1 or something. So thank you. But thanks for being supportive. And thanks to everybody for, just being bloody legends. And I swear, I say this each week, but you're turning the oil tanker. And let me tell you, hold on a second. Sorry. Just totally flexing. Sorry, I just got to... Oh, I've got an itch behind my... Oh. Honestly, I am such a turd. I know, right? Brad Pitt would never have left me. Sorry, did you... Is there something over there? Twitter, no, my Twitter ban. I won't be reinstated to Twitter. My ban was not an ordinary ban. Mine was at a governmental level. And it was a coordinated thing between the head of the Jewish synagogue, the head of the Muslim Council, the Metropolitan Police for Homicide and Crime Command, and Europol. So my Twitter ban is not a sort of Twitter-based ban. Mine's a governmental security/terrorist ban because... Oh yeah, why would that be? Oh yeah, because I told the truth about shit happening in the UK, so I must be eradicated. So no, I can't be coming back to Twitter because I'm banned in the same way that... Well, no, actually, because if you're a jihadi, you get a 10-episode podcast with the BBC. So I'm banned in the way that a white woman that speaks the truth would be banned, which is... eviscerated. Right, yes I am. I'm dangerous. A London protest tomorrow. Listen, I don't know about it, but I'm thinking it might be, I upset the Pope by talking about the human trafficking of people from Libya to southern Italy, because believe me, with the finances on that, all roads lead to Rome. And the Muslim Council, I upset because they work hand in hand with the Board of Deputies. All of this is unsayable. But that's the level at which I'm banned. Heads of churches, heads of charities, heads of governments. That's how dangerous I am. Right, let me tell you some great news about you. Oh, support for the vax injured and those who have died. Good. So, protest in London tomorrow. I promise to be at the next one if I'm in the UK. And I'm also going to try and make whatever the protest looks like in Oxford against the ridiculous climate-based... The start of the taking away of your right to own your own car or decide where you drive. I want to get to that protest. I will find out about it. Let me tell you what you have done. You have made Bedford change. So we don't have the venue yet, right? We have change afoot. So you'll know that I was booked to speak at the Bedford Corn Exchange. Maybe you don't, doesn't matter. And one woman, a Conservative councillor, I just nearly did a Joey Deacon. Am I allowed to do that quietly? What if I do it? Hold on. I'm going to do it back here so it's less offensive. Okay. Maybe I should do it off camera. Hold on. Okay. One woman. Oh my God. Can I please grow up? Okay, so one woman, I was gonna say the word vagina, but I can't say the word vagina because if I say the word vagina, YouTube will say it's too pornographic. But look, anyway, one woman made a petition and it said the worst things you could, like, she basically was like, Katie has killed people, and Katie said this, and Katie has stabbed people in the heart, and Katie has crucified all of this, and Katie particularly hates these people, and she's literally got rid of she basically carpet bombed Tower Hamlets. That's what she did. And as a result, people went and clicked a petition because, sticky fingers after they finished playing with their tiny little chipolata penis. What's the next thing they do? Oh, click a petition. Oh, I'm so tough. Freaking come and say that to my face. And And, I just double chinned at the same time. Hold on. There, it was better. And so the Corn Exchange, or whatever it's called, pulled. Right, the venue pulled, and then of course it gave the mob momentum, and then they went after Great Yarmouth, they went after Bournemouth, they went after every other venue that just folded, just like that, without ever ringing me or letting me speak to them. Anyway, so, but change is afoot because of that petition, and I said I was going to have some sort of defamation proceedings, and I bloody well still would if someone would represent me. That petition now has been deleted, because Miss Tory Councillor got a bit scared. And all of a sudden now I can go after the media companies like the BBC and write them a note that I'll be taking proceedings against them because they repeated the defamatory. They were basically just repeated the lies in this petition because someone else had written it. And how is that okay? So I'm going to go after them too. And although the Corn Exchange won't change their mind, and although no other venue in Bedford will give me a venue, someone quietly is working behind the scenes and think they have found us a Bedford venue. So we will have news on this, but the venue say that they'll be delighted to host us. They'll be delighted to have our family there. It's a big venue, and potentially we may have some other people helping us out to make this happen. You are, oh bless you, Stamford has a waiting list for a second date. You guys are just, honestly, don't even get me started about kindness. I can't even. I'm not doing tears today because my eyes will go massive and I have to be on stage and look like I'm tough. So you're making change happen, and there's some other news about other speakeasies as well that lovely Mark is making happen with you guys, and I'll have news on that. So landlord, lovely Mark is landlord. He's our landlord, right? At Katie's Arms. .com. I need to not wear tops like this because clearly it makes me more childish than I even am. So that was Bedford, and there is going to be great news. And you know what? When we get those tickets, I'm going to send to the silly cow that. Hold on, I'm going to do my impression again of her. The silly cow who created the awful petition that lied about me. I'm going to send her tickets and ask her to come along. And if she does come along, well, I can't be saying what I might do to her. Right, let me, would I go on Alex Jones? Absolutely. Great Yarmouth pulled on me, I believe. We're trying to sort out, we look like we might have a South Coast venue coming on. I'll keep you up to date. But meanwhile, please do buy tickets for, if you're able, and you could rustle up the cash. If you can't, find someone to borrow it from, or just tell me. Blackpool, Purfleet, I think there's a couple left at Stafford. Stamford, if we've got a wait list, why don't we get a second date? I will speak to them. So Blackpool is going to be epic. And the venue there, as you know, stood firm. Not only did they stand firm, but when the Gazette came calling and the mob, they went, tell you what, how about this? How about if you don't like Katie, you don't come? And how about if you do like her, you do come? And she's been here twice before and sold the place out and it was lovely. And then what they did is at the end of the pier in Blackpool, you'll know, there's this bloody great big billboard. And so they went and got a freaking great poster of my ugly mug. So my nose, like, is this big in this life, up on a billboard, my nose is like, it's like a bloody elephant. I'm at the end of the pier on this fucking great poster because the venue weren't going to be told Bournemouth. I was supposed to be at the Pavilions. And they pulled just like that. So what we're going to do is use the success of this May dates. I'm going to go to the Pavilions with a presentation in true Apprentice style and ask them to grow a spine and also to reconsider. Maybe I won't mention the growing a spine bit. You're coming to Purfleet. Purfleet's going to be so good. Purfleet is going to be epic. Thank you. Thanks for everybody that... thanks for supporting and thanks for join up on katiesarms.com. We'll never pester you with any bullshit. We're just trying to keep everyone together. So I think that's all I need to say. Bournemouth, yes, Bournemouth, watch this space is what I'll say. And yes, and so I would love to join Joe Rogan on his podcast. You'll know that I've written to Russell Brand because that's an important conversation. And I'm really willing to speak to any of these outlets. It's just that boys are scared because the boys need to protect themselves and their audience. And if they have me on, maybe people will leave them, or they worry that my bad juju, like if I can be banned, by Europol and the Metropolitan Police, maybe that will rub off on them, and they don't want that. Same with the free speech boys, same with the free speech comics, like the boys that do the comedy. They haven't invited me. Same reason, they're just trying to self-preserve, which is silly, because if they, join together, we're much stronger together. But boys. What series of Apprentice was I on? I don't know. I want to say 3 or 4. It was back when it was filmed over like 8 weeks of really long filming, of being locked in a house with everyone. Nowadays it's filmed over like 2 weeks because of production costs. So that's why it doesn't feel like as good as it used to be. But back then it was filmed over like a few months. So by the time you hated people the way I hated people, you really friggin' hated them. And I think my episodes and my series has more or less been wiped from everywhere because the BBC are ashamed that they gave birth to me. Hello from Crete. Do I speak to Lord Sugar? No. And I have never ever spoken to Lord Sugar, which sounds like a really strange thing to say, but when you're on The Apprentice, you never speak to Lord Sugar, you never speak one word to him, and you never get to see him, and you never get to have a conversation with him. You only get to be in staged moments with him. And let's say in the boardroom, I say something smart, cool and funny, which of course happened all the time. Then they press pause in the recording. He has a earpiece and they tell him a clever line, and then I have to go again. So I have to say my clever thing, and then he comes back with something that he's been given by somebody up in the gallery. So that's how that works. I never saw Lord Sugar, can you kiss my feet? I mean, you could. I just wouldn't recommend it. I just find feet to be utterly horrific. I mean, like if I had to have priority order, water, I hate. Feet, I hate. But then again, I hate lots of things, don't I? And I don't really hate. I just have blatant no regard. I have absolute disregard for people who got given a lovely body but can't be bothered to try and keep it okay. People who park in parent and child's car parking spaces when really the walk would probably do them good. People who stand in doorways and look at their phones. People who walk along the road looking at their phones. People who sit at bars and look at their phones and don't look up and don't try and engage in conversation. People who say and preach as if they're really goody two-shoes but actually wouldn't help someone that passed them in the road that fell over. People that stand on escalators and don't walk on them. People that are on moving walkways but don't actually walk, just stand there like an absolute lemon. People who get in wheelchairs to get on airplanes because it gets them there faster and they get through passport control faster, but they don't need to be in a wheelchair and then get up like the miracle of Jesus just happened and they were cured. People who still wear face masks now. People who put hand sanitizer on or hand sanitize their trolleys when they go to a supermarket. Mothers at school gates in any capacity. Mothers who think they're perfect, or mothers of one child who think that they're better than the rest of everyone. I should stop. But what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of people, aren't there, that I just have to hone it, keep it in, keep it in. But I have all these views, I stand by these views, I mean them, and I will not apologise for anything, because we learn that apologies just mean you get cancelled more. And whilst it would be very hard to get me cancelled more, I will not apologise. I didn't ask anyone to like me, I didn't ask anyone to agree with me. I would like people to let me come on their shows and platforms because I am smarter than they are usually, and they're scared of me. But that's how life is. Right. Where's the wine? I know. People who wear face masks in the gym? Yes, totally. I don't know if any of you have tried this, but what you can do is you can pretend you work at the gym, sidle over to the running machine that they're on, and put your finger on the plus button. I'm not recommending this because clearly it could see you sued, but I've done this with people in face masks on running machines. And then I just walk off casually. I wait till I'm leaving, like I don't stay and train after. But I will put their running machine on max just to, hopefully induce some sort of breathing difficulty in them. things you do. And Jacinda, yes, Jacinda Ardern is gone over through left. And I love the fact that everyone's like, well, you couldn't have met a more leader. She led the way. No, she didn't. She was already beaten. And because she didn't want to face already being beaten, which is fair enough, she cleared the F off. And now what we have to do, and congratulations to everyone in New Zealand who helped push her out, to every Maori who stood there doing the haka. If someone could just come and do the haka naked on my face, that would be great, honestly. Any day. I mean, if you're out there now in Nashville and you see me, just come up, take your kit off and do the haka on my face. You see, once you get that now, look, we're back to OnlyFans, aren't we? That's going to be extreme sexual nudity. But anyway, yeah, do come and do the haka on my face. My point was, thank you for protesting Jacinda Ardern. Now if we could just get rid of Trudeau and Macron and every other that is controlled by the WEF lot. And it's so great that so many people are seeing that. So we are here. I see. Yes, people are offering to come and do the haka on my face. I have a funny feeling some of you are not genuinely from New Zealand. You're just offering to rub your gonads in my face. Thanks for the offer. Funny story to end on. End story. And nothing against boys, and good on you for making the effort, and why not give it a go? But a guy was kind of, chatting to me in a bar here in Nashville, but sort of, I wouldn't say chatting, I would say shoving his views at me, or talking about his back injuries. I don't want to be unkind, but like, if you're an older dude in a bar, I really don't give a shit about your medical complaints. Like, I couldn't less give a shit. Like, I wish you well, I want you to be okay, but I'm not your mum, and I don't want to hear about I'm not here to give you sympathy. I'm here to have a glass of wine, watch some music, and have a laugh. Ideally, someone do the haka in my face. I don't give a shit about your spinal cord. A, B, then I'd said, I'm married. And he went, oh, does that mean I should stop hitting on you? Like, no. Like, it's not that I'm married, so you should stop hitting on me. You should stop hitting on me because you're boring me to shit with your medical issues. You're clearly out of shape. And I wouldn't come somewhere near someone like you who doesn't care for themselves. You look like you haven't had a shower in a week or washed your clothes once this month. That's why you should stop hitting on me, right? If you're fit and trim, you can do the haka in my face. Okay, then, that's it. My loves, that is it from me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything you are doing to turn the oil tanker around. Watch what we do over the next 12 months. Watch how we go from being removed from every venue, apart from 4 or 5, to having a full October tour and then really going for it. What you are making that happen, and you are showing venues that they need to stand with ordinary people who just want to be together and feel better and don't have to agree and don't have to think the same, but just want everyone to be okay. You are turning the oil tanker. So do join me at katiesarms.com. Lovely Mark, if you need him, is landlord at katiesarms.com. And tickets for Blackpool are in the bio, I think, yes. And then there's tickets for Purfleet. I think there's a couple of tickets for Stafford. And I wonder if we can get another night at Stamford. Okay, love you all. Remember, people, you're good people. I don't think I can. The song I want you to listen to, this is quite important, and then I promise I'm going to go. I don't know if I've got it on here. But music, have I got it? Have I got playlists on here? This is my American phone. Playlists, not playing. Luke Combs, I believe. So what I need you to do is get naked, completely naked, or maybe just put on some shorts. Whatever makes you feel brilliant. Yeah, right. Whatever makes you feel brilliant. I need you to get a hat of some description, ideally a sort of cowboy hat, but any hat you've got will do. If you've got boots, put them on, and then listen to Luke Combs, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Too Many. And you need to dance around your kitchen to Luke Combs, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Too Many, because that's essentially what I'm channeling all the time here in Nashville, and I promise you will feel better. So don't let the bastards get you down. Never apologise, and I will see you here at the Katie's Arms when I'll be back in the UK. Yes, when I'll be back in the UK next week, normal time, and I will be drinking a bottle of Barefoot Merlot. So I'll see you next week.